AK Nami, and we back at it again with another reaction. You feel me? You dig? What's happening? It's Nami. Ain't gonna lie, this might be like a 2-day upload. I'm not sure. Maybe, possibly soon. Okay, whatever. We watching why height actually does matter. Bro, this is gonna be like a long video with my own commentary, because bro, I've had my own issues with me being just 5'8" or 5'9", bro. But we're gonna go right into the video. So before we start the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and join the society. Let's get right into it.
This video was brought to you by Skillshare.
Click the link in the description to get your first month free.
Okay.
So back in the summer of 2018, I was living in one of the most populated cities in the US. Incredibly lonely. My self-esteem was cheeks, primarily because the girl I was seeing.
Bro, I'm trying to think, because how you live in one of the most populated cities lonely? I'm in Arkansas. Most of y'all finna say, where is that?
At the time was getting hers clapped.
Yikes!
By a friend of mine.
Bro!
And I heard it. Not the best self-esteem.
Bruh, nah. That's an L friend. L mans on that part, bro. That's why you gotta, you can't even like, bro, like, nah, fam. You gotta be that, bro. You gotta be that homie, fam. Nah, fam. I can't, don't be like that to your homies, but to the new friends, yeah, bro.
Esteem booster, you
ain't no way, bro.
I live with some friends, Frugal Aesthetic, Jimmy Zhang, and Fly with Johnny Tai, and homies were pretty tired of seeing me depressed on the couch, which is fair. So they took my phone and reworked my entire Tinder account, specifically.
So what happened? So which one of these bruhs was the one was clapping girls' cheeks and had you out there crying, fam? Cause like ain't no way, bro, got you cried up this bad, bro.
Which is fair. So they took my phone and reworked my entire Tinder account, specifically my bio, which after a few minutes of them messing with it said, I'm 6'2", former All-American D1 high jumper, and yeah, I have a great personality. Also, I'm 6'2", height 6'2".
Seems like there's kind of a theme going here.
Yeah, it's not that difficult of an observation, is it? So naturally, I turn to them like, bruh. Like, although funny, bit of an oversell, I feel like. On an aspect, I don't even think is worth mentioning that much. Like, sure, I'm tall, but it's not like that big of a deal, right? Like, bro, are you kidding? You being 6'2" is a huge sell. Trust us. And I'm like, bro, I don't know, man. Besides, really looking at this, if anything, it looks like it was written by someone who isn't 6'2". Like, they're
nah, bro, it's a big deal, fam. I'm not. Wait, let me just see how it goes, bro.
For sure. Yeah.
You think they were projecting?
I wouldn't say that per se. I just think they thought maybe height was a bit more of a factor than it was, and they were kind of showing that to me.
So they were projecting.
Yeah, probably. Now look, in my personal life, I never really considered height a factor in if like girls wanted me like that. But sure, I'm
cap,
so tall.
Bro.
I'm about 6'2", and the average height is more around 5'10". But I never saw it as like the clincher, you know? Like I never clutched a date with a girl and was like, you know what really did it though? Me having 4 inches. Pause, yo, I don't think a lot of people are saying that in many a scenarios. But still, to this day, that interaction still gets me for 2 reasons. One, because the dude my girl had cheated on me with was taller than me. And 2, because when I put the height in the bio, I was getting a lot more matches. So really, does height matter? I don't think so. But am I insecure enough to do 7 hours of research to prove it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So this is why height doesn't matter.
Okay. I appreciate the patience.
All right, y'all. So I got this whole thing figured out, okay? The way to prove if height matters, now bear with me, I'm about to throw some high syllable college words into this, is to confirm if there is such thing as a height bias. CurtRichy patent pending, phrase I came up with myself.
None of those words were over 2 syllables. Putting height in front of bias doesn't make it a new term, and even if it did, you can't put a patent on it.
You were just a blast at parties, huh?
I like to think so.
Now, what is a height bias, CurtRichy patent pending? Well, it's a prejudice in favor of or against height, usually in a way considered to be unfair. I did not just put height in the Google definition of that. A real life example of this that'll help you understand what I mean, but will probably also make me look racist. All right, so if y'all couldn't tell, I am black. Now, there is a prejudice bias for black people about being good at basketball, which technically I could benefit from in that light if, I don't know, I really wanted to get in some pickup game in like the rural South. And what I'm trying to say is, all in all, it's something to be taken advantage of because of someone else's preconceived bias. Like, am I getting picked for the basketball team for 1 or 2 reasons? But the problem with going down this route is that getting people to admit their subconscious biases out loud, as maybe Twitter or being drunk, is kind of hard. Yet in some sweet twist of irony, the people who I think will give us the answers can use neither Twitter or alcohol and are actually pretty short.
Curtis, did you interview kids to ultimately try and prove that girls didn't like you just because you were tall?
No. Someone else interviewed kids to ultimately prove the girls didn't like me just because I was tall.
Oh my god.
I'm interesting.
Wait,
okay,
how does that...
You're really doing all
How
this
does
research
that
just to
go-
prove your personality isn't 6'2".
Fuck you. Anyway, kids are a good baseline to understand the subconscious on a scientific level because kids' brains haven't developed the parts that help inhibit just blurting out loud. And also in a real world way, one time I was walking around and a kid just looked at me and called me hairy, which wasn't wrong. So there was a study done that took 28 preschool age children and had them judge the strength, dominance, smartness, and concern for others. I don't know, like what that was, that like empathy? Like empathy of men and women of different heights. And the results were not what I wanted to see. The kids thought that taller people seemed both stronger and more dominant, and in another study, smarter.
So what does that tell us?
Well, basically that tallness equates to being more dominant, stronger, and maybe smarter. And
It's probably... So imagine all the leaders that was tall.
I don't even know if we can trust this information, to be honest.
Oh, come on.
I mean, who even thought asking kids was a good idea? Like,
Who
what do they
thinks
know?
making
Right? Like, they're
people? Who
kids.
thinks being
You
taller
did. You
makes
literally
smarter?
said it.
I
Makes you
don't
smarter. Like, who
remember
thinks
that.
that?
Interview
Like,
kids to ultimately prove the girls didn't like me.
oh, of course, kids do. Well, we need to see some with adults.
I don't even know who that man is.
Really?
Okay, whatever. My research backfired on me, but like, yo, come
What
on.
if
We're talking
Shorty
about the
is
moral
fine?
judgment of people who watch fucking Blue's Clues, okay? I think I deserve a little slack. Like, I don't feel more dominant or smarter because I'm tall. I don't even feel those, period. And I'm sure if we keep looking at the numbers, we'll find something to prove me right. All right.
Okay.
All right, then, bet. Let's look up what the fuck? Where did you get a computer here? What?
So, it says taller people tend to earn more money.
I'm not tall enough to about that computer.
Yup.
Where did you get this? Seriously, how?
Taller political candidates tend to get more votes too.
Where?
That makes sense.
Wait, really?
And taller men and women are considered to be more dominant, healthy, intelligent, and are more likely to be chosen for more competitive jobs.
I mean, that doesn't necessarily.
Various studies have found that the greater your height, the higher your score in measures of happiness and enjoyment of life.
I'm not very happy right now, especially hearing all this, so that's not necessary.
Finally, study after study has found that taller men and women are generally considered more attractive.
Bro, now that we hit the landing point of this video, I have a rant here. You know how many times I was given up on because I was 5'8" when I was younger, bro? When I was 5'7" coming up, bro, like as soon as they saw my homies, they instantly thought Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, it was also some other factors of that, you know what I'm saying? Other things, but height was also a factor. Like that actually was one of those guys who went around and asked girls back in like high school, middle school. So why you say no? Like, be real. Like, is it because I'm like short? Like, well, what is it? Look, bro. If it wasn't you, bro, just don't do it, bro. I did it, so you ain't have to, fam. I did, so you ain't had to, bro. You know what I'm saying? All I'm gonna say is, bro, they did say height was one of the reasons. Like they said, I wasn't tall enough. Shocker, right? You know what I'm saying? Hey, F when we ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, since when have you been a short rights activist, huh?
Since I've been short.
What the fuck are you talking about? We're
I'm
like
saying because short women are the main ones who say this stuff.
the same height.
No, we're not. I'm 5 feet tall.
What the fuck? Like with the 0 at the end?
Yeah, with a 0 at the end.
What? Am I bugging right now?
You definitely are.
Damn. I guess I never really noticed.
Literally how?
I mean, I don't know. I just never pictured you as short. You know, that short, especially.
Who's height racist now?
Wait, what? What?
Why did you think I was taller?
It just felt like it. Like, you didn't seem short to me in my head when I pictured you.
Same. But I said she sounded fine though.
Because you're height
I said
racist.
she sounded fine though.
I think you're right.
So,
oh my God. Okay. Maybe there is some truth to this whole biases thing. In fact, I think that might be the key here. All right, let me break this down real quick. I don't meet people IRL. Shit is gross. So usually I make friends online, which is about what you'd expect for someone who complains about their height on the internet. Now, the difference between meeting people on the internet versus real life is your impression of them. In real life, your first impression of someone is usually their looks, their style, and their stature, aka the height. I don't know about y'all, but I build an image in my head and make an idea of the person like that, mostly based off of what they look like. Now, online, you don't have that. First impression of someone you met on Discord is their voice, maybe their emoji usage, and their stupid fucking profile picture. And from there, you make all your judgments of that person based off of those things alone. And naturally, you build an image in your head too. I mean, maybe I'm tripping, but I feel like everybody does this. For example, you watching this on your screen right now, I'm talking to you. I want you to pause and think about someone you met online who you've never seen the actual height of. A friend, a lover, whatever. Now,
all right.
How tall do you think they are? Chances are, even if it was a little difficult, you could probably come up with a general number. Well, how did you do that? You've never seen them before. You have nothing to go off of. Well, that means you did it based off their personality. I mean, there is a certain type of positive personality with being tall that we associate people with. Bro, this is nuts. And I do this too. I do this too. I have three friends. They've all been on the channel before. Jen, Katie, and Kat. Now, Jen is a very extroverted, out there, happy, excited personality. Katie has a nice, kind, soft, must protect little sister vibe. And Kat is like an IRL anime girl, but mean and sociopath. Now, just based on those descriptions, you can probably have your own mental image of what they're like in terms of stature. Well, I did too. That got shattered. They all had planned to come to New York at some point, and I had a general picture of what they look like in my mind. Now, here's the numbers, okay? I thought Jen was about 5'8". Katie maybe around 5'1", and Kat maybe around 5'4". And eventually, I meet them all in person, and they are all about the exact same height, which means I wasn't right on any of them. They're all around like 5'2", 5'3", which I was not expecting in the slightest. And the only way I came to that conclusion was based off their personality. That means there is a height correlated.
Most women be like around that age of around that height of like 5'2", 5'3". I was gonna say 52. Stop that.
Personality. And the problem is that sometimes I think the reverse is true too. Some of y'all know Dory from Getting the Robot, says BTB. She is, I shit you not, the nicest person I've ever met in my entire life. And she is as tall as you think she is. I legally cannot say her actual height. She will bite my ankles for saying that on live. And you know what? This is a thing, apparently. When someone says, hey, you've got a tall personality, according to a personality expert, what you're actually saying is you seem like a person who has a naturally tall height, and all that brings with it. Because what others truly perceive is A, high self-esteem, and B, assertiveness when it comes to height. Quiet and you're soft, you might be seen like as a little shorter. You're more extroverted and proud and strong and out there, you might be seen as taller, which would probably mean that off knowing your height, you would project these emotions onto the person. So it would be safe to assume that seeing someone who was taller would trigger a subconscious bias. That might be cooler, stronger, and suaver than I actually am. And it doesn't help that all those other facts come together with it. Like, yo, John Cena is 6'1", which is tall. But it feels weird that I'm taller than him. That's how I know I have a bias. So were my homies right in that 6'2" in my bio is a big boon?
Yes.
I still don't feel like it.
Yes.
You know? I don't know. I've been tall for about a decade, and sure, it's been helpful with me maybe reaching things in the cupboard. But yo, I haven't had any relationships to my knowledge that.
Nah, bro. I still feel like, fam, if you're at a certain height and you ain't just filled up like on like the phone not like a lot, but just like a constant steady flow of shorties, bro, then yeah, fam, You can't be talking about. You're just plain ugly, bro. Bro, you're just plain ugly. I ain't gonna cap. I had a girl tell me, fam, she would choose the ugly tall guy over the attractive short guy. Because the ugly tall guy was like, could, you know what I'm saying, could be near more her. She was tall. Okay. So if he was more her height, then, you know what I'm saying, like if she had kids and they, you know, they would be taller too. But then I was like, I think it's gonna be ugly. But then she said they wouldn't because they'll look like her. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, this is besides the point.
My height was like make or break, and I don't have any research to prove it, and I am not calling my ex.
Oh, that would be fun.
It would not. I don't know, when people might see me a certain way, but when those relationships run, they end up seeing me for who I am behind the height. Like, sure, I might get a date or something because they might see the 6'2" in the bio. Sure, it might trigger those unconscious biases. Sure, but when we go on that date, what's gonna matter is I'm funny, I'm interesting. So I'd like to think my personality isn't 6'2". I'm not sure how, but it's a bit deeper than that. So all in all, height.
Yeah, but we gotta think about it like this though, bro. Like those who are 5'8" though, who says that they just don't also have that great ass personality, bro? So it's up to the girl who's choosing if it's biased for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might not feel that way, but to like a girl, she could look at you, be like, oh, he's 6'2" and has a great personality, somewhat attractive. This guy's 5'8". He has a great personality too. He's a little bit cuter, but you're 6'2", still somewhat attractive, and you got a great personality. I'm just saying, bro. You got to think about it like that in that type of way.
Does matter a bit, but probably not as much as you think, at least to me. But that's just my opinion.
I'm glad you could finally understand.
Thanks, Vivi. Now, where the fuck did you buy that computer, though?
Oh, sorry. I can't hear you from all the way up here.
Vivi, we're not going to do this right now. Now, height might bring you a little boost when it comes to the real world, but like we said, it's not make or break. So you need to be less concerned in gaining inches and more interested in gaining knowledge. That was smooth ass transition. This video is brought to you by Skillshare. Let's go. Now, if you're new here, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands.
Now we're gonna stop the Skillshare.
Having 2 inches of height, and Skillshare is the best place for that. From photography and illustration, putting out mastering, link in the description.
Okay, so I guess that's the end of the video, cause he had to put in the Skillshare. So yeah, nah, y'all. I'm saying this. Oh, I'm saying this right now, y'all. He's right though. Focus on you, bro. If you're not like 6 foot or nothing, then bro, like I say, like that's true. It's true. Like I say this, bro. Like focus on you. Focus on your path. And just hone in on that. You know what I'm saying? The height not gonna matter, bro. F him, bro. You know what I'm saying? F him, we both. You know what I'm saying? But alright, man. If you enjoy the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and join the society. Please like, comment, subscribe, join the society. It's your boy Nami, aka Nami. You feel me? You dig?